Hola, beautiful beings. It's Victoria here from Tree Living Yoga with the Journey to Freedom podcast. For the next 10 weeks, every week, Caitlin, Pell and I will be diving into Remembering Freedom, a book by Randall Simpson, a book that accompanies trainings and retreats, offering women a pathway home to themselves. This book resonated with me so deeply that I found a new way to connect and cherish my woman, even more than I knew was possible. I continue to find new and unfolding things in this book. It's like the little golden gems and nuggets are constantly popping up, and I always have it with me. Caitlin is studying with me on her Reiki journey, and this book is forming part of her course. So we are delving into it together from an old and new perspective. In this podcast, I hope that you will find something that speaks to you. And if it does, please get in touch with me. And we have PDFs that accompany some of the exercises from this podcast. There are retreats available to Ibiza, trainings in Bali, trainings in the UK, or maybe you just simply would like to buy a book, follow it yourself, and explore your own woman. Thanks for tuning in and listening. Hope you enjoy. Here we are, episode 3 of our Remembering Freedom podcast. And today I'm delving into this section of the book, which is, I like to call Live Human Being as an Art and Remedy. Well, I'm not calling it that. Obviously, Randy has called it that, but this particular section gave me inspiration and the tools to literally live my life as if it's a piece of art and something that's creative, and find all these little ways to incorporate it into our daily life. This section is almost like a guide to different remedies, reminders of bringing us into the present. And this is Randy's grounding essence. So I'm just going to read you this part to give you the flavour and the feeling of where we're going to go today. So my grounding essence flower, and using this acronym F for free, finding a footing that is perfect for you, where you feel most at ease, comfortable and grounded, to enable a solid sense of being to be attained. L for love, exploring the channels of being and life that can together allow a sense of where you place within the matter and spirit, internally and externally, and how they each place within you. O for opening, the creative choice to be absolutely every breath through every life movement without resistance. W for wisely, listening to the essence of each dimension of natural being, acknowledging responsibility of your choices to be in alignment with it, or experience misalignment to remember the existence of natural being. Embracing the wonderful living flow of giving and receiving. Trust you are without anything and need nothing. And finally, R for return, completing each cycle with grace, conscious of it all, yet willing to release it all to resolve and create anew. Over the next few pages, we have this wonderful invitation to use some tools to help us in wherever we feel that we want to nurture and look after ourselves. So there's inner nurture, inner communication, and inner care. And before really getting into this book and this chapter, I suppose I didn't really spend a great deal of time on giving myself space, giving myself space where I could feel and listen. And there's a way of just like bounding through life without noticing the finer details and the beautiful things around us, externally and internally, and feeling the life tones, the energy tones, and the beauty tones around us and within us. And that's one of the things that I really take from this. Definitely, it was my kind of punctuation mark into slowing down a little bit. From the first section, that is inner nurture, something that there's some really, really beautiful practices, and I would love to read all of them to you and go through all of them, but maybe we'll just dip in and out and come back to bits. Something that really resonated with me, a couple of things I wanted to share to you with the first section, is the sense of silence and that listening to the flowers. I absolutely love flowers, without really kind of knowing very much about them, or Randall's gone into flower remedy, so has a lot more knowledge in that. And for me, I just get drawn to certain ones, certain smells, and even the feel of the petals, listening to the silence of the flowers. When I was a child, there were these flower fairy books and stories and stuff, so I find them really magical, and I can get lost within them. And I think part of having a fresh flower, having a flower every day, either that is sort of fallen from the ground. When we're in Bali, there are these really magical frangipani flowers that smell absolutely out of this world, and you don't even have to pluck them from the tree and take something from nature, because there's often a few on the ground, and you can just put one behind your hair. And this always reminds me of Randy, and the scent and the smell is intoxicating, and it just brings me fully into the present and takes me on a journey, which I love. And I love part of that ceremonial being with a flower. In my own sort of like daily practice, life practice, if you like, I tend to either buy a bunch of flowers or have a bunch of flowers given to me every week. And as part of my Reiki practice, I like to have flowers and water around me as part of my morning practice, and really enjoy the beauty that's within them. Another part that sort of follows on from that is inner style and the everyday life attire. This is directly from the book, but the everyday life attire we must feel to look stunning in. Wear your heart, dress in your beliefs, for this is real class beauty and is true style. And when you feel about wearing your heart and dressing in your beliefs, just the words, just the thought of it, it's so exciting, and it's so almost like revolutionary, but it feels as if you are decorating yourself in your glowing beauty, your beliefs, and allowing yourself to stand in your truth and really living your beliefs, living your heart, living that without obviously without kind of harming towards anybody else, but really being able to express express your heart, express your beliefs, and it provides you with this inner radiance as if you're humming from the inside out. Even imagine that, like waking up in the morning and you make yourself a beautiful tea, you spend a little bit of time focusing on your flowers, you dress with that idea in mind that you're wearing your heart and your belief, and feel it emanating out of your body. It's a truly wonderful thing to experience. I truly feel really blessed to have this book and this practice and these processes in my life and in my living and my being. I was fortunate enough to experience a training with Randall many years ago, which then led to me becoming one of the guardians of the Abode Yoga Teacher Training School. So this is part of what we share, but on that journey we're always looking into asking how we feel emotionally, mentally, physically, energetically, and this is threaded through the book. And one of the things that I realised looking back on this that's in embedded in me in my daily movements and life, because I travel quite a lot, is part of this inner care of bringing this special world around me with me. So things that are the scents and the textures and smells that create this almost like energetic imaginary world. It's like sometimes I feel like I'm living in a snow globe. It sounds a bit hard. It's the best way I can describe it, of the picture that I have of being in my own snow globe and being able to take my energetic healing pattern everywhere with me. So the smells that make me feel alive or safe or passionate, or me, the scents that make me feel me, I'm really, really drawn to jasmine and frankincense, and these smells just bring me home and evoke love and joy in my being wherever I am. And it's so easy to take those smells obviously around with me, and it's so easy after a practice to be able to, as in after I've been practicing doing this, to just close my eyes and feel my home, my own abode home around me, like I'm bringing with me the energy in me, the ability to be able to create an environment around me that smells like me, that makes me feel joyous and full of love, that feels like the fabrics that I like to wear and have with me. These things, which I may have taken for granted before, but now when I travel or I do things, I have crystals, I have I really love silk, or like silky fabrics, crystals, scent of jasmine, frankincense, fennel, cardamom, those things. So it's kind of like I'm having this traveling kit of sensations that makes me feel amazing. Take a moment in just now and give yourself a chance to remember your space, your place. Allow yourself to just feel the pulse of the earth around you. Maybe if you can, go outside. Maybe you're already outside listening on your phone or wherever you're listening, and have a moment to ask yourself, how do you feel in your physical spaces, such as your body, your place of residence, your workplace, or any other environment you have contact with. Maybe pause this for a second so that you can feel into it, feel into that question. Now connect with an environment you can remember, one that you feel when you close your eyes naturally evokes joy and love. What is its scent? What is its texture? Just close your eyes for a moment and feel it, smell it, sense it. How could you bring this in your living space, piece by piece? Bring the living you love to life. This whole journey and this whole book is about bringing things to life. And for me, I certainly feel like it's as if abode or pre these teachings, life was almost like, I want to say flat, but it wasn't that bad in any way. But somehow through these teachings and following a different path, everything is full of light and multi-dimensional, and sometimes that's not always the case, but it's great having this little toolkit to go back to and go, yes, okay, now I remember. There's a particular bit that reminds me of this is the suka and duka. So kind of, if you thought those were explaining sweetness and happiness as suka, and the duka being bitterness and grief, and knowing, as we teach in yoga, that you experience both the sweetness and the bitterness in your practice, in your meditation, but we feel it in our lives as well, and it's not about having no bitterness or no bad stuff, because you can't possibly feel the sweetness and enjoy it without the bitterness. And like in Ayurvedic terms, we need all of the 6 tastes. We need to have everything to be able to be completely satisfied and completely content, and feeling it and going through it, and like facing your fears is part of how we grow and develop, and having that like yin and yang is really special as well. We can't always be on a high or totally in sweetness all of the time, and that's something that is really close to me daily. And so then you can just, when there's like stuff's a little bit tough, even recently I had a time when I had to move out of my apartment unexpectedly and not by choice, and it felt quite bitter being like removed from it by force. But then being able to just trust in the universe and trust in this pathway, and being open to new opportunities. Things are already unfolding in a really sweet way, and some of my dreams and intentions of finding a place to be in residence in a different country, in Spain, has come to fruition. So I am beyond excited about the future, and feel so lucky to be able to daily give thanks and gratitude for all of the lessons and everything that is flowing through my life, my body, and everything that I'm feeling. And having this presence it's, do you ever feel like you know that there is an energetic buzz happening around you, and feeling into the energy tones, something that Randy had said to me on a teacher training that we were offering in Costa Rica was, are you feeling the energy tones around you to be able to respond to it? And in that moment, I realised I actually hadn't truly been listening and being open to it, and that was a great reminder. And at the moment, reading this book and re-following it through, I'm able to take more time to feel into the energy tones around me and be calm and take time in responding, making decisions, and not being in haste, and really feeling that the vibration that's around us. Let's do this little exercise together, and this is something that you could do daily. It's a beautiful reminder of being really present. Taking a moment, simply asking yourself, where am I honouring sacredness? So thinking about all that we have chatted about in the last 20 minutes, and where are you honouring sacredness? Where am I rejecting or resisting sacredness? And ask yourself why. Why am I? Maybe have a little pause on the video, pause on the recording, and just jot down anything that comes to you in that moment. Now let's give ourselves this gift of presence, this gift of love, and being present allows us to find the source of all existence. And something that I've known maybe, but only recently really actively been putting into practice, is that love really is the answer to absolutely everything. If you transform a feeling that you have into love, it just completely transforms the situation. If you were in let's say you're in a road rage situation, you're frustrated with someone, you're angry with somebody, you're upset with someone, you're jealous of someone, any of these negative emotions or situations, once you truly offer it love and feel love, it's like waving a magic wand at something. It's absolutely incredible. Okay, let's come back to presence. So taking a moment to just feel into this gift, finding the source of all existence, present grace, sacred being through our own sense of self. Closing down your eyes, just feel, focus, and see through your senses in a natural space. Allow yourself to ground through touch, sight, smell, taste, hearing, and intuiting. Allow yourself to feel and be. Let all of these senses awaken and become alive like living receptors. Explore it through your own body and just drop into your body in the way you love and feel out your presence. Maybe you can feel with your breath as if you literally feel your energetic imprint dropping into your human being. Taking a breath And as you breathe out, feel yourself drop in and ignite your senses. Consider how you would celebrate your life, celebrate being, and have this ceremonial way of living. Thinking about if maybe Randall talks about giving yourself like an upgrade on a flight or having extra leg room and treating yourself to something, instead of it being a monetary exchange, thinking of the things that you can gift yourself and devote to yourself, creating your life, your day as this beautiful gift of devotion, offering love in the way that you sit and drink your coffee or your tea, taking time to just fully be present and appreciate it. Maybe you make your tea in a teapot, carry it out and have it in the garden with the sun on your face and enjoy every moment. Maybe it's on your own, maybe it's with a loved one. What could you do today? What little things could you add in your day that would allow you to feel as if you're almost living on a retreat? That's how it feels for me. Yesterday, I think it was only yesterday, I said to my friend, "It's amazing. It's like being on a retreat. It's like being on a retreat every day when you live in this way and give yourself this space and this time and this harmony." And I know that I can hear some of you saying, "Oh, but you have children and you've got busy lives and different things are happening." And there are still ways to create this ceremonial living. And I would love to hear from you. I'd love to hear how your day has gone, what little things you have done, even if it's just one or two things. And if you would like any of the extracts from the book, or you would like to buy the book, then please drop us a line, and I am endeavouring to put the link to the page where you can get a copy or join one of our trainings or retreats. It would be lovely to hear from you in any of the above cases, or just to say hello. So have a beautiful day, and thank you so much for giving me your time and your ear and your energy. Namaste. I'm Victoria Sky from Tree Living Yoga. Thank you so much for listening. And if you're tuning in, maybe you want to check out our Natural Healers course, a deep dive into the world of healing and becoming a healing arts practitioner. We're offering 300 hours of training into healing in Bali on the 17th of July for 25 days on a full immersion. This year, 2022, we're staying in the beautiful Bali Eco Stay. It's residential and all-inclusive of food, excursions, transfers to and from the airport. All you have to do is get yourself to Bali, and it would be great to see you there. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy this podcast.